Welcome to this video where we will be exploring the benefits and potential concerns of consuming oatmeal. Oatmeal is a popular breakfast food and has been marketed as a healthy choice due to its high fiber content and potential to improve cholesterol levels. However, recent studies have raised concerns about the presence of potentially harmful chemicals, such as glyphosate, in oat products. In this video, we will take a closer look at the research on the health benefits and risks of consuming oatmeal, including its impact on diabetes, celiac disease, and glyphosate contamination. By the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of the potential benefits and risks of adding oatmeal to your diet and be equipped with the information to make an informed decision about whether or not to include it in your daily routine. Oatmeal has become a popular breakfast food due to its taste and reputation for being a healthy choice. However, there has been some controversy surrounding the safety and health benefits of consuming oats, particularly for individuals with celiac disease or type 2 diabetes. To shed some light on these concerns, researchers have conducted various studies to investigate the effects of oat consumption on health outcomes. One study published in 2011 aimed to investigate the safety of oats for individuals with celiac disease, a condition in which the consumption of gluten can cause damage to the small intestine. The study found that two oat varieties, Avena genesiana and Avena potenza, did not display in vitro activities related to CD pathogenesis, indicating that they could be safe for individuals with celiac disease to consume. However, some T-cell reactivity was noted in a small percentage of patients, suggesting that further research is needed to determine the safety of oats consumption for all individuals with celiac disease. Another study conducted in 2016 sought to assess the metabolic effects of oats intake in patients with type 2 diabetes. The study found that compared to controls, oats intake significantly reduced the concentrations of glycosylated hemoglobin A1c, HbA1c, fasting blood glucose, FBG, total cholesterol, TC, and low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, LDLC. Oatmeal also significantly reduced the acute postprandial glucose and insulin responses compared with the control meal. These findings suggest that oat consumption can have beneficial effects on glucose control and lipid profiles in individuals with type 2 diabetes. However, there have also been concerns raised about the presence of harmful chemicals such as chlormequat and glyphosate in oat-based products. A study conducted by the Environmental Working Group found concerning amounts of chlormequat in 14 popular oat-based cereals, granola, and other everyday products. Chlormequat exposure in animal studies has been linked to reproductive and other health problems, indicating the potential for harm to human health. Glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup and the most widely used herbicide in the world, has also been found in high levels in many oat-based products, including those marketed to children. Glyphosate exposure has been linked to cancer and other health problems, raising concerns about the safety of consuming oats and oat-based products. Despite these concerns, some studies have shown that oats consumption can have health benefits, particularly for individuals with type 2 diabetes. However, more research is needed to determine the safety of oats consumption for individuals with celiac disease, as well as the potential risks associated with exposure to harmful chemicals such as chlormequat and glyphosate. Consumers should consider buying organic oat-based products to reduce their exposure to these chemicals, and companies should take steps to ensure the safety of their products for consumers. Furthermore, a 2016 study aimed to assess the metabolic effects of oats intake in patients with type 2 diabetes. The study reviewed 14 controlled trials and 2 uncontrolled observational studies, and found that oats intake significantly reduced the concentrations of glycosylated hemoglobin A1c, fasting blood glucose, total cholesterol, and low-density lipoprotein cholesterol in type 2 diabetic patients. Oatmeal also significantly reduced the acute postprandial glucose and insulin responses compared to control meals. These findings suggest that oat consumption can have beneficial effects on glucose control and lipid profiles in individuals with type 2 diabetes. However, there have been concerns raised about the presence of potentially harmful chemicals, such as glyphosate and chlormequat, in oat products. A study conducted by the Environmental Working Group, EWG, found concerning amounts of chlormequat in 13 non-organic oat-based cereals, granola, and other everyday products. As mentioned earlier, chlormequat exposure in animal studies has been linked to reproductive and other health problems, indicating the potential for harm to human health. Glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup and the most widely used herbicide in the world, has also been found in high levels in many oat-based products, including those marketed to children. Glyphosate exposure has been linked to cancer and other health problems, raising concerns about the safety of consuming oats and oat-based products. Despite these concerns, some studies have shown that oats consumption can have health benefits, particularly for individuals with type 2 diabetes. However, more research is needed to determine the safety of oats consumption for individuals with celiac disease, as well as the potential risks associated with exposure to harmful chemicals such as chlormequat and glyphosate. Consumers should consider buying organic oat-based products to reduce their exposure to these chemicals, and companies should take steps to ensure the safety of their products for consumers. In conclusion, while oats can be a nutritious addition to a balanced diet, it is important to be aware of potential contaminants such as glyphosate and chlormequat, which may be present in oat-based products. Individuals with celiac disease may want to consult with a healthcare provider before adding oats to their diet. Consumers may want to consider purchasing organic oats and oat-based products to reduce potential exposure to harmful chemicals. Nonetheless, some studies have demonstrated that oat consumption can have positive effects on glucose control and lipid profiles in individuals with type 2 diabetes. As always, it is important to consult with a healthcare provider to determine the best dietary choices for individual health needs. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please consider supporting our channel by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more informative content. Your support allows us to continue bringing you important information to help you make informed decisions about your health and wellness. In the meantime, we invite you to explore more content related to digestive health and well-being by clicking on the thumbnails displayed on your screen. Our goal is to provide you with the evidence-based information you need to make informed decisions about your health and live your best life. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more informative content in the future.